Hey guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Creator Mom here on this beautiful Wednesday morning. The guinea pigs are here too. Hey, hello. They're so cute. As soon as I walk down the stairs, they start shaking the freaking cage. Anyways, so yesterday, I was thinking about how, like, did I make a big deal, like, out of the whole, like, the Predator. I'm already calling the guy Predator. Out of that off experience. And it's just like, no, you know what I mean? I think that's just the ego's way of injecting a self-doubt into your experience. Because I personally know that, like, I don't make a big deal when I encounter other people on walking paths and stuff like that. Like, I'm not, like, looking for the predators, or I don't get nervous if somebody asks me a question. I'm generally, like, a very friendly, but I'm also very intuitive. And I also tend to pick up on people's energy. It's not, and I think we all do. We all pick up on each other's energy because that's like our nature. Like, I think, like, that's how we are. I don't know. People can pick up on the energy that your thoughts and beliefs and intentions are kind of putting out. I hear people making excuses to that right now. But, they're like, oh, what about when you get with the wrong man or whatever? Well, except, like, maybe when your energy is taken over by a feeling of love and infatuation and shit like that. You still see things. And you still observe things and feel things. But that love, infatuation feeling allows you to bypass that shit. You saw it, though. You saw it. I saw it. We saw the red flags. We ignored them. Because we didn't think that we were worthy enough to confront them and say, you know what? You don't align with my values. I don't think I want to be with you. Goodbye. But we saw them. All right. Now, talking about strangers, though, Yeah, I'm not very paranoid, a paranoid person about strangers, But when this person's energy, when I saw him for a distance coming over, the energy was just like, something feel off there. Like, I just picked it up automatically. Well, anyways, after all that, it took me, oh, look. Why are you getting on top of a pumpkin? Sometimes I think, I'm like, what is his point? It's always Bowser chasing. Pumpkin never does this to Bowser. And he's still following him around. Guys, guinea pigs get bedding everywhere. Because they run around so fast. And they're heavy. They're pretty heavy little creatures. And they fling all the bedding up with their back legs. And I'm not going to do fleece. Because it smells too fast. I'm not doing laundry every single day to wash all the pee off the fleece. So bedding it is. But the downside to bedding is they fling that shit everywhere with their little back hind feet when they pop around and hop around everywhere. But it's okay. Now that I have them in the kitchen, it's very easy to sweep up. Like, I could sweep it up and put it back in their cage. But it gets behind too. But when they were on the carpet, it was a little more annoying. And that cage is very easy to move on the flooring that I have in the kitchen. And on a carpet, forget it. You try to move that, it just breaks apart. It starts breaking apart. It's annoying. What the heck was I even saying before all that? Predator, yeah, right. Okay, so it took me like 2 hours or so to settle my nervous system back down. Ooh, that feels good. Ooh, that felt very chi-like. Anyways, so if you have advice or suggestions on how you settle down your nervous system after you feel like you're in danger, it could be even like, how when we're driving, you almost, things happen, you're like, you start cussing the person out. Like, that's feeling danger too. We get angry and upset because It's like, oh, you put my life in danger. You know, you could have caused an accident. And then we feel like heightened because our survival is being fucked with, you know. So, yeah, like when you feel like your survival is being fucked with, it doesn't matter if something didn't happen or not. You felt it. You felt the danger. You felt the vibes. And you knew it. You didn't like that. So it's just like when your nervous system get heightened like that and it senses you're in danger, goes into survival mode, how do you, when you're out of the situation, you are safe, there is no danger around you, how do you calm yourself down and get back to a place of love? And you know how they say like love is the opposite of fear or whatever? I know, I think some people say it's not, but like, I think I felt that yesterday, like literally, and I never felt that before. Like, I literally felt the shift and the transition from this feeling of agitation, not feeling safe, to a feeling of love. It was the love presence that bubbled back out, and it's so soothing. And when the love presence bubbles up, it brings tears with it. And I cried a little bit, not a lot. And it was weird. I wasn't like I was crying because I was like, I felt so dangerous in that situation. It just, when the love bubbles up, when God's love bubbles up, it kind of just brings tears with it automatically. When I had my awakening, or when I was born again, born from above, reborn, I cried and cried and cried. It was crazy. But it was like hell. It was like amazing tears. It was like healing tears, you know? So that's what the presence of love, I think, can have that effect on people and on me. So yeah, my process was like, share your process down below if you want to, if it's also different from mine, which, you know, everybody's could be different on how you come back to a place of feeling safe and feeling in love, in the state of love, instead of being in the state of fear and agitation. So I feel like I went through a lot of like, you find ways to blame yourself. Like, oh, well, if I wouldn't have walked that time, if I did it, and if I did this, then this wouldn't have happened, you know? Like, I think we find ways to blame ourselves, to check ourselves. Like, how could we have done things differently to avoid that? But the fact of the matter, and this is always the fact of the matter, somebody else's predatoriness or wickedness, or somebody else's malintentions are never your fault. It's never your fault, right? And that's how victims be blaming themselves all the time. Like, it ain't your fault that somebody else has a certain energy or like made you feel a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, the best you can do is like, when you are in that situation, you don't feel right, leave. You know, listen to your intuition. I know we can be hard on ourselves at times that we don't listen to our intuition too, you know? But I think that coming from a foundational place of, I am blessed, I am divinely guided. This is what I tell myself every day. I am divinely guided. I am right where I'm supposed to be. Having those foundational like affirmations, thoughts really helps. You know, I feel like my steps are guided by the Lord, you know, if you're like Christian or whatever. Yeah, so we try to find ways to blame ourselves for what we experienced. So, and how can we, and the brain goes to problem solving. How can we avoid this next time? How can we avoid this experience next time, you know? That's why I started thinking, oh, I'll take my dog with me all the time, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, then in reality, it's just like, dogs don't, you know, my brain always wants to reach for an outer rule. What outer rule can I put in place to avoid this danger that I perceived, right? In order to avoid this next time. We don't want to experience these feelings next time. We don't want to experience these uncomfortable feelings of not feeling safe or feeling in danger. Hell no. Like, we want to avoid it. We want a rule right now to make sure that we never feel that again. And in a way, it makes common sense, right? I don't know. It's just like, it can go both ways, right? Like, in a way, some rules can be beneficial. Like, I don't know, fucking, when you're at a red light, everybody needs to stop at the red light, right? You know, like, but rules can be detrimental if a fucking, you know, if a truck is coming behind you and the truck is still speeding up behind you, maybe the truck lost control of his brakes, but you got this rule that, no, this is a red light and I need to stay at this red light. Although this truck is really moving fast behind me and he looks like he's going to ram right into me. Well, that's where you forsake the rule and you check, see if nobody's coming in front of you. And you move over and yet you go. If you perceive that somebody's about to ram into you, you don't know, maybe they lost control. So rules can be helpful, but rules can also be detrimental in moments where you need to decipher, I need to do something else in this situation. But anyways, yeah, your brain wants to make a rule. My brain was like, which Lise had said, walk at different times a day. But I thought, I don't even walk at the same time every day. I'm very like, I could be unknowingly regimented, but I'm like pretty spontaneous in a way, you know? But yeah, so, I mean, that's kind of common sense too, like kind of switch up your regimen. Don't do the same thing all the time. But yeah, so that's like my brain was going through this process of how can we avoid this? How can we do things better? What rule can we put in place? Blah, blah, blah. I also initially wanted to tell someone, right? I wanted to tell people on YouTube. I wanted to tell my friend, like, what had happened. Then I was feeling agitated, right? And I think that this is where a lot of the thinking was coming in. So first I wanted to tell someone, and then I started to feel agitated because my brain and my logical mind and reasoning was going off on this and that and this and that and this and that and the other thing. And so I would be feeling agitated. I was feeling like alone, like I couldn't talk to nobody about it because like my kids don't, you know, I don't want to misplace, you know, like misplace energy. You don't talk to your kids about, like your kids are not there to be your like emotional support, in my opinion. So, you know, I realized I had to just, and being around others, I was agitated. So, gotta go be alone because I have to do something to get rid of these feelings that I'm having. I want to get out of this state that I'm in right away. I want to get back to safety. So I feel agitated by this, right? So, then, you know, I'm just laying on my bed, looking at my phone. But still, the feeling of agitation is there. I guess I'm kind of like in avoidance. I'm thinking I'm just going to do this and it's going to go away. I don't know. But it didn't. I still felt agitated. So I'm going to go take a shower. Go take a shower. Then I meditate for like 10 minutes. Look, that pieces of wood. Like, this from walking through like trees and stuff. In the woods. I'd be finding random sticks in my hair. Like, what the heck? So, yeah, and then I like meditated, but I still felt agitated. I think I was trying to do things. I entered into a phase of like doing things to try to get rid of the feeling again, you know? So then I just laid down on my yoga mat and I put on like a yin yoga video. And then as I was laying there, I thought, oh, okay, I'm trying to do things to get rid of the feeling, which is me like fighting it. So I'm putting in like more energy and resistance into it. So then I was like, oh, okay, I accept that I feel this way right now. I feel so agitated. And of course I feel agitated because I'm agitated that I even have that experience. Like, I'm just agitated about it. Sorry. Fly was coming in, I think. So yeah, feeling agitated. I was just accepting, like, of course I feel this way. Like, it's okay. Like, feelings of agitation, like, it is okay for you to be here. I accept that you're here, you know? We had an experience, whatever. So I just laid there with that, and then I started doing this yin yoga video, and man, I hit broken wing pose. If you don't know what that is, you can probably just Google it real quick, and you'll see. But broken wing pose was like felt so good in my body. It almost feels like you're like hugging the ground, you know? And that pose right there, like really, I felt like really helped bring comfort and really help shift things for me. And that's what I love about yin yoga, is it's very still, very quiet and very meditative, and it feels very good in your body, in my body at least. So after I did broken wing pose on both sides, I felt the release come. I felt the release, the shift from fear to love, and it bubbled up in my belly, and then tears started to come out a little bit, you know, and I just felt love again. I felt feelings of love again. Love, and when you feel feelings of love, safety is equated in that, you know, that's what it is. Feeling in the presence of love, you feel safe. So yes, that kind of was like my process, and I just wanted to share that. I don't know, because I wanted to share that because whatever I have felt, other people have felt. Whatever you have felt, other people have felt too. And I think we forget that sometimes. Like how Jesus said, Jesus felt everything that we feel, everything, every range of emotion that we could have felt, he felt too. God is not unaware of any range of emotion that you may feel. He has felt it too. He's aware. So be encouraged that if you feel a certain way, that other people have felt that way too, and that you're not alone. All right, guys, this video is long enough. I'm going to cut it off here. Have a great Wednesday.